that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over first down 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The hunt! What are you? Eat. All day, baby, all day.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. From the 31, Cousins. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
That's good for our Vikings. First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
To throw again on second down, Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37.
That's another Vikings.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. On first down, Cook. Ooh, with a juke. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Cook stripped, the ball's out, and the Raiders have recovered. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But hey, Let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
This is Jalen Richard, the fourth-year man from Southern Miss. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Jones. And that is incomplete. Rashard Matthews, the intended target. And it's 3rd and short. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On the draw, Richard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Pretty effective blitz there to stop the draw play right in its tracks.
And actually, when they blitz, draw play's supposed to work very well. You're supposed to have them bypass the runner, and he slips past them. But they put their eyes in the right place, took away all the creases, and slowed him down in a big way.
Jones now. Off play action. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense. They affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Hooking up here with Trent Taylor. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Drop deep, drop deep.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Vontaze Burfict, the one to get him down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
They can't hang with us.
Play fake. Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Check. Hey, can.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Got it.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 2nd year in Oakland for Walter after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards a season ago. Then he got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinator saying, you know, Darren, you have that position. Coach Gruden went as far as to say, Darren, you have the chance of a lifetime here. Well, now it's time for Darren Waller to go out there and prove it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
Ready. 90, Wolf. 54. I got you, Pop. 2.
On 1st down, Richard. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Set 30 base. 54. You draw Porter. Get that ball. Get that ball. Hey, Zoo. 5.
On 2nd and 9. Jones. This is caught by Williams. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On the ground, Richard. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
50, plant. 54, Mike. Watch the flag, watch the flag, watch the flag. Watch that, motion, block. Hey, Haywood. Down.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He'll buy some time right. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. That all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Hunter Renfrow with his first career NFL touchdown, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with it?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense. Away.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. And some room to maneuver. Past the trot. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Bailey got the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
14. Raiders 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come on,
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Go! 61, matchbox right.
Jones to throw again. Looking deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, exit.
Now Jones operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fielded at the 33. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. The Dolphins have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Now a run with Cook. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
First down. Here's Cousins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 32 on the play. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter. 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll run it with Madison, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They'll be punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing Jones. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Jones looking downfield for Jones. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Let's get off the field. Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
From the gun, Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Around the NFL, second quarter in Indianapolis. And it's the NFC champs, the Falcons, that have moved down to an early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they'll set up with a 2nd and 1.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Cousins now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Mike. Steady. Oh, you got deep?
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, We know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Here's Jones throwing on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On second down now, Richard. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Linval Joseph. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Jones looking downfield for Jones. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jones off the play fake. They'll roll him out right. And that will be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Come on, man. Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 81 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Richard, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
This is Rashard. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. He'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Second and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Hey, let's get on.
On second and 11 now. Jones, he'll find his running back here, Rashard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
First down, Raiders.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Rashard. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They run. Cook. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Slam. Quaker Omaha.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
How about the timing on that one? Where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the ground, it's Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
At the 47-yard line.
Double tight, guys, double tight. We got 4. Safe. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
They run it again with Cook. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Get ready.
Cousins now from the 50. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Rock it. Watch the screen. Big Griffin.
On first down, Richard. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on second. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Raiders on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Jones, operating from the gun. Richard lost it, and the Vikings pick up the football. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll run on first down. It's Cook. That's good for 21 yards on a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They run again on first down. Cook. And Marquell Lee with a stop defensively.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
I got him.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And bulldozing through multiple tackles. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he loses the football a second time. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
To throw again. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Danielle Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You
Yeah.
see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken right around the 44. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll keep it on the ground. Richard, 2 yards, good enough for a first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Zoo.
Looking to throw. Jones eluding the pressure right. And he hits his man, Matthews. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 43. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Let go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Vikings, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Oakland, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view, hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones, throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me, oh that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist What now? 11 a.m. Check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest. No recess in my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables. Now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it. That's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. And plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking. They don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They can't take it to 10.
Hey. Not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons. And ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check.